Hi, my name is Felicia Perez, Felicia M. Perez. I am a writer. I have been writing for decades. I wrote a short story in 4th grade, and I started writing poetry in 5th grade. I started to pick up writing again in junior high and then in high school. I was wanting fancier setting than this, slightly, but I thought I basically have no option than to use this as my setting for my YouTube channel. I think it would be nice if I could see a progression from here to move on to better surroundings. The boxes behind me are all the get rid of pile, so I would like to see that disappear altogether. I did try to film me reading some poetry at a friend's house, but that he's working on, so it's mostly empty. But I can't open the door, and I don't want to bust the door either, so I'm going to try that later. The channel, I don't know what I'm going to do exactly, but I am going to be telling you things about me personally, and about my writing. If you guys have questions, I'm all ears. One thing about me is I have a hearing disability. I have moderate hearing loss. I've had it since I don't know when. It was found when I was in 4th grade. But I didn't get the hearing aids until 5th grade, and they were the ones that were the big chunky ones behind the ear. In 5th grade, I also got glasses, so I was very self-conscious as a preteen. I didn't want to wear the hearing aids, so I didn't. All through elementary, all through junior high, high school. No one made me wear the hearing aids, so I did not. I probably would have done better academically had I had them, but I did okay. I passed. I think in a few years ago, not long, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, and that seems to be what it is that I have, because the medicine I'm taking for it is actually working. If I skip a day, or if I start to go later and later, I really feel the difference. So I cannot be without that medication. And fibromyalgia and all that chronic illness symptoms, I totally get that. I understand it. I also understand the anxiety, depression. I was diagnosed with bipolar back in 2002, but I think that was a misdiagnosis. I've not needed any mood stabilizers in almost 20 years, about 17 years. So, you know, it sucks. It sucks. It messed up a lot of my life that I was, trying to accomplish things, not writing, job-wise, and I just couldn't get back to it. And I don't want to be talking about these things as a stage to complain, but more of explaining, this is what it is, this is what it feels like, this is what it's done, this is what I'm doing for it, what works for me. And there's always a constant up and down with the moods and energy level, and I have to go along with it. And I know that if I go down, I'm gonna come back up at some point later. And this week has been that, because I started making videos 4 days ago, and I had to quit because I just couldn't do it. I just, whatever the energy was doing that day, it was zero. Brain power, physical, everything. And that's just part of what I have, the fibromyalgia. And so if you have specific questions about my writing, or even my hearing loss, any of those types of questions, I'm all ears. I will be open to discussing anything. I would love to show you guys my backyard. I have some huge pines, not in my yard, but in the neighbors behind me. And I am in the middle of a forest. It really does feel like that. And that's why I moved out here. So while this setting is not so great, the backyard is refreshing. And hopefully I can read some poetry, some of my poetry, even from the other book. I would like to. At my friend's house. The house is, I think, almost 100 years old. Not quite, very old. Being renovated. So it's going to be a mix of some new things, but a lot of the old stuff right now. Anyway, thank you for watching. I guess subscribe, click on like, share it, comment, you know, the stuff.
Well, so you gave me an idea? You gave me an idea?
I did?
Yes, you must have.
That, okay. Did you put a video on?